Hey everyone, welcome into yet another TDR Cannabis Reform video. I'm your host, Shad Dales. These are videos where we look to educate our audience on the political front and its impact on the cannabis industry. So today we're going to address and review the acting head of the DEA, Derek Maltz, and whether or not he will be appointed permanently into that position. So let's dive into it. First up, who is Derek Maltz? For those that don't know, Derek is a veteran of the DEA's administration, posting an impressive 28 career. He was at the helm of the DEA's Special Operations Division, where he led efforts to tackle information about international drug trafficking and crime. But why was he appointed as the acting administrator of the DEA? Here's why. The Trump administration decided to bring him on board to address the escalating fentanyl crisis and the growing influence of Mexican drug cartels. With his wealth of experience and really no-nonsense approach, Derek Maltz is seen as the perfect fit for this challenging role. So now let's talk about the chances of Derek Maltz actually becoming permanently head of the DEA. While it's still early, his strong support from influential figures like Republican Chip Roy and his proven track record certainly put him in a good position. However, the final decision will hinge on various factors, including political dynamics and his performance during his interim tenure. So moving on, what are Derek Maltz's stance on the war on drugs? He's known for his aggressive approach in targeting drug cartels, particularly those involved in the fentanyl trade. Maltz has been seen as a staunch advocate for designating groups like the Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. He's viewed as being very committed to dismantling these networks, and his level of commitment, let's face it, is unwavering. Now on to the hot topic, which is the issue of cannabis rescheduling. What are Derek Maltz's views? Well, he's expressed concerns about the current process, which he believes has been influenced by political agendas. However, he's also acknowledged that if scientific evidence supports rescheduling, it should be considered. So, why might Derek Maltz be in favor of rescheduling cannabis? First, he values scientific evidence. If research shows that cannabis has medical benefits, he might support rescheduling to ensure its safe and effective use. He's all for that. Second, rescheduling could allow law enforcement to focus more on dangerous drugs and criminal activities, which really would reduce the burden on the system. On the flip side, why might he be against rescheduling cannabis? First, Maltz has raised concerns about the negative impacts of cannabis, including potential links to mental health issues. Second, he believes that the current rescheduling process lacks credibility due to perceived political interference. That's a head-scratcher. But all this doesn't really matter. Let's face it, President Trump has been getting smarter on legal cannabis. He sees the economic benefits and is pro-MAGA and Doge. From all of us here at TDR, it's better to focus less on appointees' dated biased views on cannabis and more so on the President of the United States as the primary input for potential legislative reform as it pertains to the rescheduling of cannabis. So really, in summary, it's still not known if Derek Maltz will be officially named the head of the DEA. In fact, believe it or not, the chances still remain low. If he is appointed, his alignment with President Trump's hardline approach to drug enforcement suggests a strong likelihood of continued aggressive policies. However, his openness to scientific evidence could lead to some surprising shifts in policy. So what do you all think? Is this a good thing for the cannabis industry? Is this a bad thing? Does it even matter if Donald Trump is in full support of rescheduling cannabis and banking reform? Leave some comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have time, make sure to give this video a like. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate it here at TDR. One last thing too, if you want to stay up to date on all the latest cannabis reform information, scan this QR code, subscribe to our Baked In newsletter that is issued to your inbox weekdays, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Gives you all the latest information as we basically speak to all the biggest thought leader names in the cannabis industry. Lots to unfold here in the next couple of weeks as Donald Trump forms his cabinet, so we'll see what happens and the impact it'll have on the cannabis industry. I'm your host, Shad Dales. Thanks again, everybody, for watching.